And I'm sorry for your loss and to the whole family. Do you believe that the man who is on the run is responsible for her death?
Yes, I do. Yes, I really do. After what I found out that he had done to her weeks prior to the incident, yes, I do believe so.
Now, there were kids in the house who were reportedly witnesses to what was happening. Is that true?
They were in the home, but they did not witness it. They were sleeping.
So nobody saw him do it, but given what you know, you are worried that Michael Burham is the man.
Yes. He is the man. We know he is.
What can you tell us about him that makes you so afraid of what he could do on the loose?
Just what he's shown already, how he's been running, how he pulled away from the cops in South Carolina, how he's done a lot of things. And this survivalist that he is, it's done. He showed himself. He showed the real Michael.
How would you describe him?
How would I describe him? A needy young man that lost his mind, must be.
You are concerned that he may come back not just to the area, but in search of you or other family or people who could be witnesses, yes?
This I don't know. I'm scared to death that he might, yes, but I don't know if that's his intentions. He is out there somewhere.
Were you surprised that he escaped?
Very much so. Very much so. When I first seen the South Carolina videotape also, they was in reach, right? I mean, reach, and he got away from them. This time, right there in the police station, he was gone. He took right off in front on video. So, right. Yes, it's very scary.
We also saw some ring video, front door camera video of him approaching. Did he also try to burn or destroy a vehicle that you're aware of?
That was his ex-girlfriend prior. And yes, he did destroy her car. He caught it afire with some kind of liquid flame stuff, yeah.
Do you know why?
He's mad at the women in his life, I believe. I mean, that's the only conclusion I can come to. He was just mad.
How was your relationship with him?
He and me were fine. I had no beef with him. He was good with his daughter. They just reconciled. They just, started seeing one another, the child and him. She never knew that, the daddy, They just got together the last 3-4 years.
Did your daughter ever tell you that she was worried about him or scared or had seen some change in his behavior?
No, there is a court battle that was going on. But that was just because he wanted custody of her. But like I said, they just had met. There's no reason for it. No reason for him to have wanted custody or anything like that. But it was an ongoing custody since they got, around each other.
How did you find out that he escaped from jail?
Oh, this is very sad, but very true. My grandson called me and told me. 12 o'clock at night, my oldest grandchild that was involved in, his mother, that he called me and told me what was going on.
Not the cops?
I thought it was a nightmare. I thought he was having a nightmare, actually. But he said, no, it's true, Grandma, so.
Not the cops?
No, not the cops. Nobody ever even come to me. I actually
have they been in contact?
What's that?
No, go ahead, please tell me.
I actually had to call them, and they told me that they were still looking. They had no updates. And then yesterday, they came to my house and totally did a search of my house and made me feel like I had done something wrong. They actually searched my home.
Are they doing anything special, as far as you know, to make sure that the kids and that you and the rest of anybody who could be a target are being watched safe?
I don't know anything like that. I know they did put the kids in protective custody, yeah. Me, I'm sitting here.
How are you handling it?
Scared. I'm unsure. I'm unsure of everything. Like, I'm unsure of this right now.
How so?
Well, I'm sitting here not knowing where he is. I've got woods out beside my house. I mean, I'm in the city, but I still have deer and woods right here.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of News Nation's fact-driven coverage.